the Outlaw Blitz podcast. Big fella, let's get dangerous.
What's going on, dude? How's everything feeling?
Yeah,
It's there.
It's here. It's here. I'm trying to get it figured out because we have that new video intro.
See. It looks like a really
well, we got the new camera, but we got the new video intro.
Right.
And to time it up to our regular podcast deck, it's like all of a sudden it's like, what's going on?
That's
so you heard a little music in the background as we were coming in. And if you notice, like last week, it comes in, it's kind of like just you hear me going, like tail end of our normal entry. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It has its moments. It's sore. This week's been a terrible pain.
It's one of these things that, you get older, and when you're young and nothing bothers you, and you think you can beat the world, and you hear an older person say, "Oh, the dampness or the cold."
Yeah,
there's something to it.
Yeah.
Like today, it's damp as shit out right now, and it's chilly. And the spots that are injured, you feel it.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Listen, I'm trying to tough it out the best I can.
We ain't as good as we once was.
Yeah, but we're as good once as we ever were. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make the move to get back to work probably in the next. I mean, hopefully it's this weekend. I have a feeling it's going to be
next weekend.
The next weekend, next week. Not this week coming. I have a feeling they're going to postpone it one more week just because of the inflammation I have in that area right now.
Get through the holiday.
Either way, I would have been through it anyway, so it didn't matter.
That's a fact. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that really doesn't matter to me. That part of it, it's just a matter of it's so inflamed right now.
Right.
And no matter what I do to it, like coming out of the shower in the morning feels great. Then as the day wears on, it just a lot of sleep, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of sleep. And not willing, like
looking at you straight on. Like if I took the broomstick and went across the level of your chest.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can see the difference for sure.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, man. I mean, you battle through this shit.
Absolutely. You got to.
There's only one way. You don't go over and under or around it. You got to go through
that bitch. Absolutely.
That's the easiest way.
That's your way.
Yeah.
it's about the way you got to do it.
Listen, chin down, head up.
That's it.
Like tuck your chin, not chin down like I'm looking at the ground. Tuck that chin, head up. It is what it is. Let's go. What's going on with you?
Not much.
How's the new hot rod?
Rolling well. Took it to Albany. Right up to Albany Saturday night. Went and had dinner. She wanted to do a little shopping in that Primark store. If you've ever heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I guess I don't know where they started bigger overseas. I think, but I tell her and she's like, "Oh, you always fucking say that." It reminds me of like a modern day Stephen Barry's.
Really?
Yeah, good clothes. Their big contracts are with Disney, and they have some like movie theaters. I mean, I'm guessing Disney is probably wrapped up into a lot of their stuff.
Well, if you have Disney, you have ESPN, you have all kinds of shit.
Right. They have some college team stuff. They have some pro team stuff. They have like their clothes are nice. Like I wouldn't buy the shoes or anything because they don't look like anything. But the clothes are nice. They're reasonably priced. And when she was selling a lot of Disney stuff and Primark wasn't around here, if you could come across it, that shit was going for big money.
Yeah.
Then went over to that BJ's restaurant over by Colony Center.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
We were hoping, I had a desire for a deep dish pizza, Chicago style.
Yeah.
And they advertised it on the menu. And it was like glorified fucking Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
such a letdown. It was $30.
But here's the thing. You kind of miss a real Pizza Hut.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A real Pizza Hut you do.
Yeah.
It's like, it didn't even have like the pizza
the red
greasiness.
cups. Yeah, right, yeah.
So, but
was that not the best hangover pizza ever?
Oh my God. Absolutely.
The next day,
cold,
the grease just saturated right down to the cardboard.
That and her car, no good. She definitely got duped.
Did she trade it in?
She's going to. She's looking at a newer one, but I'd say the thing's spitting out more codes than Da Vinci.
What kind of code was it? Like what?
It was in every. First,
is it like a master main brain code?
Oh, it went into limp mode. Then it was like chamber something, O2 sensor, thermostat. It was a lot. So she had taken it out to her friend's house, and her husband looked at it. And he pulled the coil out, put it back in, and reset it. and it got out of limp mode, but then the regular check engine line came up on anyway.
Yeah.
So talking to a few guys that have worked on European cars, BMWs in particular, because they're BMW, the subsidiary of BMW, bad cats can
throw all
those codes. But like you said, the car's got way high miles. You're looking at minimum $1,000 in parts, minimum $2,000 in repairs.
Yeah.
So she's got a way to grab a loan against her, little loan against her retirement, and go out and buy something different.
Now I'm in a different mode than you are right now.
Cars.
Period.
I hate buying private sale cars.
Yeah.
I'd rather go to a dealership.
Unless you know the person, you knew they took care of it or something like that.
Right. It's tough.
I'm in a different situation, but the same situation. Like right now, we work in an industry where we have nights, weekends, holidays, 24/7. We can be mandated. There's all these different things, right? And, like right now I'm hurt and on my own, I'm out of sick time, so I'm not getting paid, whatever, right? And you dip into your savings or whatever. But on the flip side of that, does it ever really fucking piss you off to no end that we make pretty decent money from around here, and you're constantly barely above water?
Right.
And it's like, I'm wearing a shirt that's like fucking 4 years old. It's not like I got new shoes and new clothes and new this and new that.
You stay.
Like just to survive, it's like you barely get your head above water and something else puts their foot on your head.
Right. You'll get that gradual 8 or 12 week span where you're like, man, things are really going good, and then boom.
Right.
Never maintain.
But then, like I'm saying, in this scenario,
right.
like you guys have decent paying jobs for the area, and yet you're struggling to get cars that are reasonable.
Right.
And it's everything, and it makes you wonder. You're like, what? Like, why? We're the working poor.
Right.
Like people go, man, you make a lot of money. Yeah, but you're the working poor.
I looked at what I made on my pay stub for the year as opposed to what I took home.
Right.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. So.
Yeah, it flusters you, it frustrates you, it does all this shit to you because you start thinking about it and you're like, man, like for as little of your life you have control over, you get every time you turn around, you're getting just smacked in the cock with a fucking football bat.
Absolutely right tip.
Yeah. It's like when's the other end of it gonna come out?
No.
It's just frustrating. And I don't want to go down that road because we're having this is a happy
right.
This is coming out on Thanksgiving. This is our Thanksgiving episode.
Yep.
So we got through the shitty garbage part of that. Now we get to the good stuff. Top 5 is basically, what it should be. We'll roll right into it. This week's top 5. Top 5 Thanksgiving. I didn't say Thanksgiving movies, foods, anything. Just top 5 is basically Thanksgiving. I'll start because I know you were kind of unsure. My number 5, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah.
It's a tradition as old as we are, definitely. If not, I don't even know, 100 years old or whatever. But you kind of wake up, we don't have the luxury in our life now, but when you were a kid and most people, they get up. And as the food's cooking in the morning, the parade's coming on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're really not eating a big breakfast because you know that dinner's probably like 1 o'clock.
Yep.
So you're waiting for the parade and then, it kind of flows nice. You know what I mean? And then you're kind of seeing what cool balloons there are, what new ones, what old ones are making a return. And you're kind of looking for the pop culture, what kids stuff is coming out and doing a little singing.
Right. Yep.
Is the marching band from the local town over there marching? So there's a lot of cool stuff.
It is cool. My number 5, I would say, I always looked forward to, and it's kind of funny. It was the ride to my aunt and uncle's house in Poughkeepsie. It was the one time a year where we went down there and that side of the family got together. They lived in Poughkeepsie, so you hopped in the car and down 9G you go. And you just knew you were going to have a nice day of family, food, and football.
And people you don't see every day.
So
it's like that once a year you're going to go down.
My godmother was from Maryland, lived in Maryland, so they were in for the holiday weekend.
Right.
Other cousins lived in Jersey. They were up for the holiday weekend. So yeah, it was people that you
Right.
really
Then
saw
you're
once or
rubbing
twice a
elbows
year.
with cousins you only see once a year.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
Good time.
It gave you something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It made it more special.
Definitely.
My number 4, stuffing. I know that's weird because when else do you really eat stuffing during the year?
You don't.
But then my dad always would have this ground sausage in his stuffing. He'd always make it with and without.
Yep.
And even since he's passed away, which has been, Christ, 9 years already, this summer will be his 10 years.
Jesus.
We still make it every Thanksgiving, and I still look forward to it every Thanksgiving to have that, dad's stuffing.
Absolutely.
Because even when he was alive, I didn't appreciate it because I just didn't, like, I would have some, but I like the regular stuffing.
Right.
But now I make sure I always have it just because that was, that's my memory of him, is always having that sausage stuffing.
Yeah. Always a good time. Different stuffings in different houses.
Yeah.
Everybody did it different. Did you do it in the bird?
Yeah.
Did you make a separate tray? Did you do both? Because some people liked it in the bird, other people liked it.
Well, I don't like it super dry.
Right. And usually the stuff that you kept in the turkey stayed nice and moist.
Yeah.
So.
And stovetop.
Right.
Stovetop. There's no substitute.
Yeah.
You know how, like, you say Q-tips?
Yeah,
what I mean?
The brand.
Stovetop. Yeah.
I'll match you food for food. I'm going to go number 4 because I only really ever had them on Thanksgiving. Turnips.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like them.
It makes a lot more sense,
They
right?
can be a little bitter, but just turnip was always a favorite vegetable.
Yeah. That was another thing my dad used to like, and my mom used to complain because they were so hard to peel.
Right. Oh, such a pain in the ass.
Terrible.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think, like, the year before he died, she figured out this secret that made it, like, real easy, where the skin just slid right off of him.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the year before he passed away.
Right.
All right, my number 3, the Dallas Cowboys. I'm a huge Cowboy fan. They play every Thanksgiving. Good, bad, or indifferent. Most times, it's not great for whatever reason. They stink it up on Thanksgiving, but they're on. You know what I mean? Last year, I got to watch them kick the shit out of the Giants, so that was extra special for me because Carl talks shit all week, and then they lose. So,
yeah. Number 3, let's see, leftovers the next day.
Oh my God, yeah. That's the one and only. I don't mix foods.
You don't, but that's
if
when
you mix it all and put
everything on it,
or you put it all in one bowl and you
right.
pour gravy over the top of everything. You just make it fucking
Used to do like the hard rolls from like Dyson's, turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce, mayo or gravy, whatever.
Yeah, gravy, whatever. Yeah,
and just tear them up.
If you're ever in the mood, you go to Saugerty's Diner. They have the Thanksgiving wrap. It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
It's turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I love
and
those
stuffing.
things.
And stuffing, yeah. So, all right, my number 2, Charlie Brown. He's a big part. He's one of he's my favorite. There's a picture of him, if I move my head, right behind me.
Yep.
And I love Charlie Brown. There's something about Charlie Brown and Thanksgiving that's I don't know. That's they kind of merge together, right? You think Charlie Brown, he's always like the football out in the field, then pulling the football away. But this is Charlie Brown / movies.
Yeah.
Because what happens is on Thanksgiving night, about 6 p.m., you're going to sit down and your day's done. You might be looking for the leftovers, a little leftover, maybe a little slice of pie.
Yeah.
And you're going to turn on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or The Grinch or Charlie Brown's whatever.
Yeah.
And you kind of do this transition from Thanksgiving to Christmas season.
Yep.
On Thanksgiving night.
It's true.
And that's kind of always been my memory. I mean, I remember when Journey was a baby, my parents were like, let us just have her for the night. And we got to go out and enjoy a movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like together. Yeah. And you sit there and you're watching a movie on Thanksgiving night. We went and saw The Grinch. Took all my nephews. They were young, they were young kids. We all went and watched The Grinch as a family. So it was like that transition, you know what I mean? And like seeing the Charlie Brown or Snoopy balloon during the morning, and then it transitions to the movie, and then Christmas season is upon you.
Yep. So we're number 2.
2.
Prepping for the old-fashioned Black Friday.
Yeah, I knew.
I don't mean the current shit where it starts at 6 p.m.
No, when it was 5 a.m.
Right.
Doorbusters.
Absolutely. There was no lines forming at fucking 7 p.m. the night before.
No.
You went to the mall at 5 a.m. You had your breakfast at fucking Friendly's. We
did it.
You went and you did your deals. You met Santa Claus. And then you went home. And usually Friday after Thanksgiving, you're going to have that lunch with some leftovers and college football games start.
Right.
That was always...
And good naps.
And good naps.
Good naps, yeah.
Good naps. But then as we got older, it became prepping for shopping for the kids on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Which was always
enjoyable.
Shopping, I love it.
I went down literally, I think you were with me. I went down one aisle and back.
Yeah.
And I had my entire Christmas list knocked out because I had two girls that were the same age and Boston was an infant at the time. So literally what they wanted was all in one aisle.
I remember the one year specifically getting out of our job at midnight and meeting my mom and stepsister at Toys R Us and doing the shopping. And the line literally went around the perimeter of the inside of the store and then snaked to the aisles.
Yeah.
Up to the registers. I think we walked out of there at like 4:15. Then went to Michael's for breakfast. Then went home to sleep. But got like $1,000 worth of shit for like $320. So you couldn't blame it. It was just good and it was fun.
But that's how it used to be.
Right. Or
I think them days are long gone now.
It is. You'd get in line with the cart. You'd have some stuff and then
you had somebody running.
Yes.
So by the time you're done shopping, you're at the front of the line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
strategies, baby, strategies.
And my number one, family.
Yeah.
You get you're probably kind of in the same mode right now. It's hard to get everybody together.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody's got their own lives. They got a kid that's not even really celebrating because they're in a country that it's not Thanksgiving there.
Right.
So when they can come around and we can be together, that's the time you just got to kind of capitalize on enjoying.
Yep.
Listen, there's been some knockdown, drag down fights at Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
And arguments and whatever.
Yeah.
But
that comes with it, I think.
Yeah. But ultimately, this is it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you wouldn't pass it up for anything because that's all you got.
And I'm going to go with family as well. And it's been stages, from a young child through my teenage years, and then as a young adult and a young parent, till later on, and now later on in life when the kids have grown up.
Right, and it might not be far off. It's grandparent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But it's always about family and food and getting together and just enjoying the day. I prefer. I've gotten to talk with the general on this on TCB this week. It is definitely. I prefer it over Christmas because I just like. It's a whole weekend. It starts to me Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And it really carries through Sunday. It's a whole weekend. I just enjoy that weekend. Yeah.
And when you're in our situation, Christmas is never Christmas. You got to do it opposite days when you can.
Yeah. Yep. You do it when you can fit it in.
Yeah.
And with Christmas, it's you do the presents and then it's done. And then it's over. You're just sitting there. But the rest, I think there's just something special about Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, I think Christmas will be re-enjoyable.
Absolutely.
Again,
once we get
grandkids and stuff, we'll be enjoying it again.
Yep.
All right, let's move along. All right. 5 crazy questions sponsored by Scalable Computers via Gmac. Number 1, would you rather eat an entire pumpkin pie or an entire can of cranberry sauce?
Pumpkin pie.
Really?
Yeah, I love that. I love the custardy.
In one sitting, though, I think the pie would be harder.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know.
Because that's a lot of pie.
It is a lot of pie.
As good as it is, I mean, I love to eat pie.
Yes.
But you know what I mean? The cranberry sauce is only the size of a can. You know what I mean? Like, and it's sweet. It's like Jell-O. You could probably get it down.
The fact that if it was ice cold and it is like Jell-O, yeah, maybe. The pie.
I rather the cranberry sauce in the can, though.
I think the filling would be easy in the pie, but then to get the whole crust down, is a different story.
Yes, and if you put whipped cream or something on it,
it has to be the can, though.
Can, yeah, I don't like the other stuff.
No,
All right, number 2. Yeah,
Shout out to
the
Jeremy.
journey. Yeah. Number 2. Would you rather be someone who sings on a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade float,
Okay.
or someone who walks one of the giant balloons?
Sings.
Well, in your current voice.
Sings. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I figured you would pick singing. I would like to just hold one of things and then just check out the crowd watch. You know what I mean?
Guaranteed I'm not going to have a solo. So.
I don't want to be on a windy day trying to fucking paddle.
God, dude.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Fuck yeah.
Shit.
This giant SpongeBob carrying you away.
Yeah. But I think it would be cool to walk one of them.
Hell yeah, it would.
Just to kind of like look around and see all the people and all the shit that's going on.
Definitely.
What would you sing if you got anything to sing? Like, what would be the perfect Thanksgiving? Your center stage on your own float. What would you sing?
It's got to be a holiday song, so probably like
"Baby, It's Cold Outside."
No. Oh wait, no, I love White Christmas, but no, probably like that's the most wonderful time of the year. Like,
Yeah,
I love that song.
Towards the end of the parade.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. What was the best Black Friday deal you ever landed?
Ooh, damn. Toys were good, but I can't remember a specific toy. It was normally like you get action figures, but you get there early enough so you get the good ones, and it's a couple dollars off. I want to say one year digital camera, maybe.
I thought one year you guys landed laptops or something too.
No, I
Acers or something like that.
I never did the laptop thing. I would have to say digital camera. It was
digital
like
camera?
a $200 digital camera for like $79.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Number 4. Would you rather do all the Thanksgiving cooking or wash all the dishes?
Cooking.
Yeah.
Fuck dishes, dude.
Yeah.
I rather put them all in
Fuck
garbage
that
can.
fork.
Yeah, that's right.
Dirtbag.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fine.
No, I'm with you. When people are like, I cooked all this food. Motherfucker, the oven cooked all that food. You put the shit in the burner, put it in there, and said 5 hours.
That's right. Watch until the little thing popped out.
Right. I get like boiling the potatoes, skinning them, fucking
Right. There's
mashing
some shit
them.
that's tedious.
There's stuff that sucks, but
Right.
it's still not sitting there scrubbing everybody's plate.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm with you. And number 5, excluding people who are already capable and available to sit at your table.
Okay.
Who would you have Thanksgiving dinner with? Like I'm available, your wife, your family, everybody.
Right.
We're all people you can literally have it with.
Yeah. One more.
Who would you try to?
Are we talking like deceased or?
No, like people that would be available for you to go sit and talk and have a dinner with, but that might not necessarily be, you're not your friend.
Right.
It's not somebody that's in your inner circle that you could definitely have at your house.
I don't. Man.
Like I'm thinking of this, like I would go and have it with the military somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Like people that are deployed, I'd want to
Okay.
sit down and talk to those people and enjoy a meal with them on a thing because why they're away from their
Right.
families or something like that.
It's when my grandparents, my Honocletus' parents, were always big and involved in the church.
Yeah.
And did a lot of church dinners, and I used to go and help out at those. So something like that.
Church
dinner, something like that. Yeah, absolutely, for the homeless, sure.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. No, you know what I mean? Like, because that's what it's really about. Like,
no, it is. It's about giving back.
Giving back and, being thankful and being with people. And I would want to be with first responders of some sort, military primarily,
Yeah.
I think I would want. But people that are
would
putting themselves in harm's way on a day when everybody else is relaxing, they're working.
I would love a church dinner of the elderly that really do appreciate that. You know where I really saw a lot of that was when Pop ended up down at Tenbrook, but he was still okay.
Yeah.
Before the dementia really kicked in, he would have dinner every night at this one table with a bunch of the same people, and I would always show up after work and sit through them with dinner, and it was cool. They would have their little conversations and their little talking and stuff.
You know what?
And they appreciated me being there.
Right. And you know what we as people never did enough of? And this is going to go on to everybody. It's not just George and Highland.
Right.
we never ask about the other generation. Like my grandmother
Right.
was born in 1906.
Right.
Think about it. Great Depression, World War
I
One,
loved
World War Two.
those stories.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't get enough. I didn't ask enough of
Right.
the right questions to get, like where you were, what you did, how things were.
Yeah.
You don't think about it like that.
Me and Pop.
You're too involved in the now.
Yeah. Those few years that I lived with him, we had a lot of talks about back in the old days and how they would get the ice together for the winter time and they would stockpile it and cover it in straw and it would be enough to get them through the summer. And all this like crazy weird
stuff
you take for granted. Like we have a freezer.
Right.
You don't worry about it.
Right. The milk guy doesn't come around and put it on your doorstep
exactly.
anymore. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. And that's one of the things I really missed about like my dad this time, at the end when he was going through dialysis and we take them car rides.
Yeah.
And it'd be 20 out, but he'd have the AC cranked in my car blowing in his face because that's the only way it made him feel like he could breathe better.
Right.
But I'd have like the 60s on the radio and 50s. And he'd just want, like, it would bring them back in time.
It validates them again.
But like their music would be on and he'd be like, like, hey, take a ride up this road. Just to like kind of bring himself back to that moment. You know what I mean? So,
yep.
Pretty cool, man.
Good times.
All right, let's move along to where we're all good with. Yeah, let's move along.
Yeah.
All right, Steel Cage Showdown. Fictional Steel Cage. Fight to the death.
Yes. I have a 5-card holiday-themed matches.
Okay.
The open match.
Curtain jerker.
The curtain jerker is the Jobber Indian against the Jobber Pilgrim.
Well, we already know how this one worked out. But in a throwback to fuck that.
The Pilgrims.
Just Jobber Pilgrims winning. We've torn down too many statues.
That's right. I had to start with the Jobber.
Yeah, but 1-on-1 though, I don't know. I would think the Jobber Chief J Strongbow would win.
But they're both jobbers. Like, he can't fire the bow. The other guy can't shoot the musket.
Yeah.
It's going to be a sloppy match.
Yeah, and ultimately, I mean, the Pilgrims won. So.
Right. Number 2, a tag match. It's a drumstick on a pole match. It's going to be John Madden and Pat Summerall.
Okay.
Against Kirk Herbstreit and Mel Kiper Jr.
Oh, I think Madden and Summerall were tougher.
And
came from a tougher time.
And it's Turkey Day.
It's Turkey Day, yeah. And he'd have the teleprompter and be telling him, boom, that's how I just dropped you.
How you did it. He'd be drawing and everything.
And Summerall was a kicker in the NFL, so he was tough bastard.
He was not. That's right. They showed up all liquored up, not feeling shit.
Yeah. And Herbstreit, I mean, he was a quarterback, but he's a pretty boy.
Kiper's a bitch.
And he's just a big-headed dude.
Really
so,
is.
yeah, I definitely say Madden and Summerall. They own Turkey Day.
They do. So we got your Let Me Up match. It's going to be Macy's Santa.
Okay.
Against Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, I'm going Santa in a stomp fashion.
Absolutely.
He's going to be, does anybody want to hear from you, you asshole piece of shit? Just stomping the
I
shit
can figure a host that we're all tired of against the Macy's Santa.
If
Santa's
you would have said Dick
ass.
Clark back in the day, I don't know.
I don't go against Dick Clark.
You know what I mean? But Ryan Seacrest stomped that dude out. Yeah.
Then at the end, like Jake the Snake, you just dump the presents on him out of the bag instead of the snake.
Yep.
Our semi-main event. It is a Survivor Series style match.
Okay.
It is Perry Como and InSync.
Okay.
Against Bing Crosby and the Backstreet Boys.
I'll take Bing Crosby.
Bing whipped the fuck out of his kids, so we know we can throw a punch.
Yeah, and the Backstreet Boys, I think, are a little tougher than InSync.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think, definitely Bing Crosby, and he's gonna be the last man standing in the whole thing,
without a doubt.
Yeah, all liquored up.
Oh man! And in the main event, Steel Cage main event, it is the namesake versus. It is the battle for America, is what it really is. Christopher Columbus against Amerigo Vespucci.
Columbus, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. What name in 1490 knew Columbus sailed the ocean blue? Tell me the other guy. What's his rhyme? What's his?
His name's Amerigo, and that's when it became America.
Yeah.
So.
You don't even really know that guy. No one really knows
He's
that
like
guy.
the off-brand.
Yeah, you're like, nope.
So Columbus and a stop?
Columbus will have to work for it.
Yeah.
You know? The other guy he'll say some fruity shit like, well, they're going to call it America, and then he'll snap his neck.
I can see some run-ins, too.
Yeah, a couple run-ins in there, yeah. Tony Soprano comes in.
Yeah. Dusty finished, they restart the match.
Yeah.
And Columbus takes it.
Yeah.
All right. There's your match card for Turkey Day.
They're always fun to do.
They are.
They're fun because, when we first started, we were talking like lion versus tiger. Then it went on to like Smurfs versus the Snorks. There's millions of these things. And these are debates that idiots, not just idiots, very high level and intelligent people have at work at the water cooler.
Listen, and at the end of the day, Perry Como runs down, and not Perry, Bing runs down to the ring, cashes in the briefcase. It takes the title from Christopher Columbus. Perry can fight. Bing can fight. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah. They're just fun. There's just fun little thing to throw out there.
Absolutely.
We are flying through this episode. We're 30 minutes in.
Wow.
And
that's okay. I want a good, nice, quick holiday listen so people can get back to family.
And here we will go to your favorite song, Winnie. We have done before. Over and Under, sponsored by Budget Blinds of East Greenbush, presented by Winnie.
Yes, sir. And number one, I know the answer because we just talked about it. Stovetop Stuffing.
Underrated.
Way underrated.
Way underrated. And the original.
Yes.
The original, not this lean shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. What are we doing? What, lean whole wheat bread? Get the fuck out of here.
The original with the seasoned packets and lots of butter.
100%.
All right, number two, Royal Dance cookies. And if you don't know them by name, it's the cookies that come in the blue tin, the round blue tin.
They're butter cookies?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking underrated.
You like them?
Yes.
Okay.
The round blue tin.
Do you like
they have like the pretzel
them,
one with the sugar on it?
Right.
Yes.
Love them all of the flavors?
All of them.
Okay.
Well, they're all just butter cookies, just different. They're sectioned off.
I think the ones that have the crystallized sugar get a little too crunchy maybe, but the straight butter cookies I love.
Love them all.
All right, cool. Number three, Cool Whip.
Cool Whip? Cool Whip. Overrated.
Yeah?
Yeah, like if anybody asked me if I wanted like on a milkshake, nope. Ice cream, nope. Pie, occasionally.
Yeah.
But that's more like whipped cream, like Cool Whip itself.
Right.
There's times like you want to dip like strawberries in it or something like that. Like just overrated because it's not something I would be like, oh my God, I can't have a strawberry without it. I can't have a sundae without it.
Now, Cool Whip or Ready Whip, would you have the can or the tub?
I think Cool Whip's got a better consistency.
Yeah.
People like whip hits.
They're all oil based, so it's not even real cream.
Yeah.
Mostly. Let's see here. Number four. We talked about this as well. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Underrated.
Very much so.
Very underrated. It usually has a little bit of everything, something for everyone.
Yep.
The traditionalist. Then it has, the marching bands. Then it has the balloons. Then it has whatever kids show was popular at the time, Blippi or whoever the fuck the kids like now.
Blippi.
Is that one of them?
I don't know.
Bluey?
Is it?
Blippi was something, and I think Bluey's a dog or something. But like you see these things, and you're like, oh, that must be that. You know what I mean? Whatever. And then it always
our old asses are waiting for Snoopy.
And then right at noon comes Santa. He's the last thing that they got that thing timed really good.
It's perfect.
It really works out. And you get some decent performances.
Yep. The one thing, this is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 5. The one thing that is on everybody's Thanksgiving Day table, a lot of times inside a cornucopia, assorted mixed nuts.
Underrated.
In the shell or out of the shell?
No, here's the thing. They're overrated as fuck. Because when do you buy... You only buy a bag of mixed nuts for Thanksgiving.
Right.
But the amount of fun in my life I've had with those.
Yes.
Like we used to have wooden chairs back in the 80s and shit.
Yeah.
And me and my sister used to put them under our ass cheek and see if we could crack the walnuts. You know what I mean? And, who the fuck eats an acorn? Like, they're the most disgusting nut you could ever have. They're terrible. You know what I mean? So, like, you crack these things open, you're like, what the fuck kind of nut is that? But I'll say underrated for that, but overall they're just overrated. You only get them on Thanksgiving,
and there's
the amount of amusement they've given me over the years
makes underrated. Okay, and it's so much work.
Yes,
for not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you have the nutcracker, makes a gigantic mess. You get like this little nut out of a walnut.
Pulverize
this
your
big.
walnut, so you
Yeah.
pick a piece up and it's shell, not nut. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And the last but not least, Black Friday.
Overrated.
It has
It's become overrated.
It's become overrated.
Even then, even back in the day, I'm not a shopper, so
Right.
I thought it was overrated even back then. If unless you got like some outrageously great deal, it really is overrated.
Yeah.
You know what it was? It was a way to bond.
Right.
You went out with your family or your buddies, and you went out. Like I remember Farrar and I going out and shopping for our wives.
Yep.
And that was stuff you would do. You and I went out and shop for the kids.
It became like an almost, I don't say competition, but in a way it was competition against the rest of the world because you're trying to get to the store to get the stuff before somebody else does.
Right, but then there was these awesome times where you weren't in the mainstream stores. You were getting something where there really wasn't anybody.
Oh.
And then you'd show up at Friendly's and be like, hey, dude, what'd you get? You know, like...
Your best find ever at an offbeat store.
I want to say it was a video game that everybody was looking for, and I found it at Kohl's.
Mine was also a video game. I found Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but I had to go to James Way in Rhinebeck.
Isn't that where your dad called him, told him to hold it or something?
Yeah.
He told that story.
Everywhere. Yep.
Yeah. I think it was either Kohl's or Sears. People would forget Sears, too.
Sears had that little glass cabinet in the back.
Right, and there'd be this awesome game that would be out. Everybody would be looking everywhere for it, and I'd be like, let me check Sears.
Yeah.
And go over there, and there'd be one sitting there,
And the second one would...
And Kohl's occasionally would have them in the back.
They would. And secondly, Caldors, we found the last Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
1 year, too, which was cool.
Remember the old Kmart blue light specials?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The churros in the front.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a good episode, man. We hope everybody's having a decent Thanksgiving with your family, being able to spend it with your people and enjoying dinner and, entertainment and not taking life so seriously right now.
Yeah, enjoy it. Have a good time.
Enjoy it. Listen to us. Laugh about some dumb shit.
It's 24 hours out of the entire year where you can sit back and relax and hopefully just put all the BS to the side and be a family.
Yeah, just be a family and enjoy yourselves.
So
yeah, I got nothing, man. You got anything else?
I'm good, buddy.
All right, bring us home.
So on behalf of Gmac and Winnie, happy Thanksgiving. This has been the Outlaw Blitz Podcast, and as always, take it easy.